fractions of a set. Let's go! All right, so fractions, they're everywhere, and we can also use them when talking about not just like one whole candy bar, but a group of something and counting that group as our whole. So how much out of that group do we have? That's what we would call fractions of a set of something. In this case, there are 4 apples. 3 out of the 4 apples are red. So if you were asked what fraction of the apples were red, your fraction would be 3/4, because 3 are red, and in total you have 4 apples, 3/4. This is a fraction of a set. We're not looking at one whole apple, we're looking at our whole set of apples. Right here, this set of ducks is divided into how many equal groups? We can see these dotted lines, so we can see we have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, and 5 groups. This set of ducks is divided into 5 equal groups. What fraction of the ducks are yellow? Well, we could look at this in 2 ways. We could say, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow ducks out of how many ducks total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we could say we have 4/10 of the ducks are yellow. Or, because we have different equal groups, we could say 1, 2 groups of the ducks are yellow out of how many groups in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2/5 of the ducks are yellow. So we could say 4/10 or 2/5. And we know that works because these are equivalent fractions. You can do 4 divided by something, since it's getting smaller, and 10 divided by the same thing and get 2/5. 4 divided by what equals 2? 2, 4. 4 divided by 2. And then that means we'd have to do 10 divided by 2. So how many groups of 2 could you make with 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 5. 4 divided by 2 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. These are equivalent fractions. All right. John has 20 toy cars. 3/5 of the toy cars are yellow. How many toy cars are yellow? Well, we have an image here, so we could just look. In total, he has 20 toy cars. We're told that in the problem. And we can count. How many are yellow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we could say 12/20 are yellow. Or if we want to look at groups, I'm seeing equal groups 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe we could say 3 of those 5 groups are yellow. That's another way to answer it. But this final way is the one I like to use the best, because even if there's no image, you can solve this. I want to look back at the question. John has 20 toy cars. 3/5 of the toy cars are yellow. How many toy cars are yellow? Really, what this is asking is, what is 3/5 of 20? Or 3/5 equals how many out of 20? I made 20 a denominator of an equivalent fraction because it says John has 20 toy cars. That's his whole set. That's my denominator. So what I'm asking myself is 3/5 equals how many out of 20? Well, we know our equivalent fractions, so we have to say, all right, 5 times what, since it's getting bigger, equals 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5 times 4. If these are supposed to be the same, we have to do the same thing to our numerator. And 3 times 4 equals 12. 3/5 equals 12/20. Our answer is right here. Our answer is right here. How many toy cars were yellow? 12. Let's try that strategy a few more times. Okay. All right. This says color 1/3 of the marbles red. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total. So if we need to color 1/3 of the marbles red, we need to know what is 1/3 of 12. Or 1/3 is the same as how many out of 12? Well, it's getting bigger, so I'm going to need to multiply. 3 times what equals 12? 3 times 4 equals 12. I have to do the same thing to my numerator. 1 times 4 equals 4. So 1/3 is the same as 4/12. What is 1/3 of 12? That would be 4, because that is the numerator that we had to find. 1/3 is the same as 4 out of 12. 1/3 of 12 is 4. So if we need to color 1/3 of the marbles red, we can color 4 marbles red. And there you have it. If you're looking at groups, you're more visual, you can see if this is one group and this is 1/3, we should be able to make 2 more equal-sized groups. And we can. 1 out of 3. 1/3 of the 12 marbles. All right, color 1/4 of the marbles green. What is 1/4 of 8? 1/4 equals how many eighths? That's the question. Whatever answer we put up here, whatever our numerator is of this equivalent fraction, will be our answer. 1/4 equals how many out of 8? How did I get from 4 to 8? Times 2. If these are equivalent, what do I have to do to the numerator? Times 2. 1 times 2 equals 2. 1/4 equals 2/8. So what is 1/4 of 8? 2. Gotta color 2 of those marbles green, friends. Now remember, over here it says 1/4 equals 2/8. That still matches down here. 1/4 of 8. What is 1/4 of 8? 1 out of 4 is the same as how many out of 8? 2 out of 8. So our answer is 2. All right, for this one, 1/3 of 9. Well, they already grouped it for you. What's 1 out of 3 groups? Here are our 3 groups. And how many leaves are in one of those groups? 1/3? 1, 2, 3. So 1/3 of 9 equals 3. But can't we solve that the way we were just practicing? 1/3 of 9? 1/3 equals how many ninths? We're looking for that missing numerator. 3 to 9 times 3. These have to be equivalent fractions, so what do I have to do to the numerator? Times 3. So my new numerator is 3. 1/3 equals 3/9. So what's 1/3 of 9? 3. And that matched. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we have ants. Ooh, I feel like they're creepy crawling all over me. 1/3 of 15. Well, let's solve it in both ways. There are 15 ants, and we want to know what is 1/3 of them. So 1 out of 3 groups. Can you find a way to split this into 3 groups? There are 3 rows. So here's 1, 2, 3. All right, we want to know what 1/3 of 15 is. So we each need to count in one of those rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1/3 of 15 equals 5. But let's solve it the other way. 1/3 of 15 is like asking 1/3 equals how many 15ths? How many out of 15? How did I get from 3 to 15? Times 5. If these have to be equal, 1/3 equals how many out of 15? I have to multiply my numerator times 5. So what's my answer? 5. 1/3 is the same as 5 out of 15, or 5/15. All right, one more problem. There are 8 boys and 12 girls in Miss Johnson's class. 1/4 of her students are absent. I wonder what's going around. Hopefully they don't have COVID. How many students are absent? So we want to figure out what is 1/4 of Miss Johnson's full class. How many students is that though? 1/4 of how many students am I trying to figure out? Am I trying to figure out 1/4 of 8 students? No, because it says there are 8 boys, but there are also 12 girls. So how many students are there in total in Miss Johnson's class? Well, 8 plus 12 equals 20. So if I want to know how many students are absent and 1/4 of her students are absent, I'm trying to find 1/4 of 20. Now I can draw that out, draw out 20 in 4 equal groups and see what's one of those groups, or I can use my math skills. 1/4 of 20, you ask yourself 1/4 equals how many out of 20? That question mark. Whatever your numerator is, that is your answer. How did I get from 4 to 20? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 times 5. And whatever I do to my numerator, I have to do to my denominator, and vice versa. So times 5. 1 times 5 equals 5. And there's my answer. 1/4 is the same as how many out of 20? 5 out of 20. So how many students are absent? 5 students. And if you paused and you went ahead and you solved this, but you didn't put the label of students on there, come on, we need those little labels. All right, time for you to practice finding fractions of a set on your own.